Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of the Ashton Gate 8 with me, Ringo FM. We're a little bit further in the future now. We are now up to the 22nd of March, and you'll see we're sitting pretty in 6th. We're pulling away a little bit. Coventry have dropped right off. Birmingham coming back up. Blackburn dropped off. Hull are now in and around. What a mad league. Mad league. Mentioned it before, you can see the league positions average. We sort of peaks and troughs, and then we've sort of settled. We went up to third at one stage and then dropped back down again. But what we're looking at here, we had a couple of more results. We obviously played the Southampton game last. Absolutely battered QPR. Actually changed the tactic up slightly for that because we'll talk about it in a minute. But we changed the tactic up slightly, scored 5, and then 2-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, who they did a number over on us on one of the previous episodes. 2-1 against Cardiff, Tommy Conway doing very well there. The 1-0 loss to Ipswich was a big blow, because we were on a really good run. If we had won that game, we had an extra 3 points in the bag. We'd be sat above Middlesbrough in 5th and away from the chasing pack. But we played Swansea, then West Brom. We have now got a game in a couple of days' time against Leicester. So we're going to be live coming the Leicester and the Plymouth games. But we have had a youth intake in the meantime. Obviously, the whole point of the series is to create our own, a new version of an Ashton Gate 8, but a version that helps come through the club, etc., whatever. So we're going to show you the youth intake now. So this was our youth intake. Lewis Martins was the man who brought them in. If I've not shown him before, I'm pretty sure I have, but he's 4-2-3-1, which is obviously one of the formations that we pretty much want to settle on, but we've had to deviate from slightly. Very good personality. I believe he's resolute. He's got 15, 16, very good attacking, technical, tactical, whatever. He's the type of guy we want in, and he's actually brought through a lot of very good players. There was only 3 that classed as decent talents, and they won't be signed. We'll show you quickly first. There's Lewis Young down there. Not very good. He's probably okay, but just not very good. I think he's only got a potential to be a 2-star player. If you look at somebody like Amario Cozy at Dewberry, was 2.5-star for the longest time. Look at the jump. He would not be anywhere near Cozy Dewberry's level, or even to that fact, Raekwon Nelson, who I believe is still 2 stars. I mean, yeah, that guy wouldn't even come near to Raekwon Nelson, and is also a right winger. So, yeah, he won't make the grade. Neither will Evan Castillo. We'll show you quickly again. Not very good. Another 2-starer. Not very good. 3-star players, I don't mind. We actually did sign a couple of these. One of them being Tommy Everett, who, again, if you think about how Raekwon Nelson is, obviously Raekwon Nelson's got a lot of pace. Tommy Everett's more of like a deep midfielder, and we've signed him to a contract here. Tell you what, actually, here you go. These are the ones that have all signed to a contract, or we've offered contracts to. So Tommy Everett, here he is. He's the first guy coming through. A young winger. He's unambitious, which is a bit annoying, but we have got him in on a contract. We did have him training as a winger on support, because that's what he's going to be playing. Double intensity there. He's in the first team, but we've made him available for the under-18s, so we can mentor him. He's in the mentoring group. I actually quite like him. I think he'd be decent. A 3-star player is what Cozy Dewberry is now. So that's the way I'm trying to quantify it, is if he can be as good as Cozy Dewberry, then we've got a very good right winger there. Harry Bond, a Fijian central defensive midfielder. He's got good determination, but a poor personality. Technically and mentally for his age is very good. Obviously he's only 15, so his physicals will improve an awful lot. So we decided to bring him in. He's more of a playmaker type than anything else. He's got good passing, he's got good flair. So we will train him as a DLP on... Ooh.
Why did I not promote him?
The things you do when you're watching Bake Off late at night. But yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll just do that now. We'll show you a mentoring group. It's massive. Yeah. So what we do is we literally just go through and we find, Arslan and Everett won't have any impact or any effect from the group. That's not good. Okay, well, there's no point then. Let's just stick him back down in the under-18s. Move to under-18s. Arda Aslan's another one who's coming in. He signed a contract, a mercenary, unfortunately. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to train that out of him, so we're just moving back down to the under-18s. and go back to where we were. Who else did we sign? Harry Bond, the Aslan, that's what you've seen. And they actually really, really like Trevor Grinsell, the Irish midfielder. He's a midfield centre rather than a DM, which is slightly concerning, but he can play there. He's 1.5 stars in both positions. I'm tempted to give him a bit of time in the run-in towards the playoffs. He's got some good attributes, some good I mean, look at these. He's got his flair's not great, which is a bit annoying, but his first touch, again, technicals. This lad's 15 years of age, come through our academy, which is absolutely insane, sensational. He's declared for Ireland, but he can play for England if he wants to. Finishing a 12 from a centre midfielder is great. Free kick taken 11, technique 14, tackling 13, passing 14, good heading, not the best jumping reach. Really good aggression and bravery, decisions, determination, leadership, positioning. Everything you want is there. His physicals will improve. He's only 15. He might even get a bit taller. His mentals, like concentration, and that will go up with game time as he's a bit older. I think he's absolutely fantastic, Trevor Grinsell. They think he's more of a Carolero or central midfielder. We do eventually want to move to centre mids. So I think in the meantime, we're going to just have him training as a ball-winning midfielder or maybe even a DM. Tell you what, we'll do ball-winning midfielder. It's support he'll be playing in. And we'll just keep an eye on what positions he's going to be playing in. Only for the next month. Just for now. We'll do that for now. But Trevor Grinsell is the one to look out for. He would definitely class on this list. He was absolutely class on the list. Next up then, a Swedish midfielder. We've got Felix Berg. Teamwork and work rate, unbelievable. Technically, he's there or thereabouts. He is a centre-back, which is a bit frustrating. I think he's more of a DM than a centre-back. He is only 5'10". More of a ball-winning midfielder to me. I think he looks absolutely sensational. Again, we're not going to do anything. We're going to let Lewis Martins decide what his training is going to be because he's got a decent enough personality, good determination. Everything else is very, very good. I think he's going to be a very good player in the run-in. Kyle Yates is another one they're quite excited about. He is in the mentoring group because he has got an unambitious personality, but 6'4". Again, he's naturally they've got him down as a wide midfielder, but naturally he's a centre midfielder, ball-winning midfielder or a defensive midfielder. He'll be very, very good at either. 6'4", good jumping reach, good heading, good technical. He's a runner. I think that's one thing I did notice on the youth intake. There's a lot of like good runners, good work rate and whatnot. Kenny Doherty was signed. He doesn't really fit in with anything we want to do. I don't really know what he is, but I feel like we can develop him and sell him on. So Kenny Doherty was signed in. Jordan Lapham. Again, he's unambitious. He's getting mentored. Centre half, 6 foot tall, good mental attributes, good physicals. And then finally, Paul Butler, a Welsh goalkeeper. Again, the personalities haven't been great, but it's the first youth intake. I can't really complain. It's a very, very good crop of young players coming through. Again, just a normal standard goalkeeper. So the lay of the land for our youth players who have come through as we started here looks like this. Ignore sort of anybody from Tommy Everett below, like Ilias, Dunn, Smith and Sewell are all sort of on trial. They'll be going. Martin Reed and Baden Strumberg were there from the start of the game. They will be going in the summer. But it looks very good. Obviously, you've got Charlie Frith, who you guys have seen me sort of show every now and again. A young fullback, a good left back who's coming through. Maybe next season can be in and around the first team because physically and mentally is there. Technically, he's getting there. He's a very good tackler. He's very committed. I think he does need a bit of game time. Trevor Grinsell, you've seen. And then Ronald Jones, again, another fullback, but over on the right-hand side. Quite quick. Not the quickest, but quite quick. Really, really good mental attributes, good technicals again. We've got a very good base of a young team here. I mean, even just we've got a left back there, centre back, right back, goalkeeper, centre back, midfielder. So you've basically got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, what are the odds on that? You've got an Ashton Gate 8 there. In theory, these 8 players could potentially be in and around the first team and build a team around them. I just think this save, it's making itself, and some very, very good players in there. As I say, if you look in the squad, we've got Butler, Lapham, Harry Bond, Kyle Yates in and around the first team. Yeah. Again, we're going to look at the guys like, let's have a look at their current ability. So, like Charlie Frith, young left back, Trevor Grinsell, Charlton Blair, who again is I just like Charlton Blair. I like the look of him. Justin Pierre, Justin Pierre, young winger, very good personality, not very quick. Ronald Jones, a good young right back. So we've got a lot. We've got a lot knocking about. So someone like that or players like that will probably be in and around the first team next year, or at least in the under-21s, sort of knocking about. If you look at these guys, they're not too far off the likes of like Elijah Morrison, who at one stage was wanted by Tottenham. He's actually getting caps for England under-18s. Someone like Ephraim Yeboah, he's on loan at Barnet. He's going to come back in and be sort of one of the first choice wingers out there, which leads me into sort of talking about the tactics and what we want to do. We do this quite often and drop that to a 4-2-3-1. We do it quite often. Someone like Jesse Lingard hasn't really performed. I mean, 6.7, he's okay. He's got 2 assists now in the league, 17 starts, but he's got another injury. If we look at his medical report, since he signed for us, he had a tight hamstring, then a hip injury, and then a twisted ankle. The hip injury and the hamstring on the same leg. So the physio, I mean, Andrew Proctor's a good physio. He's got 15 physiotherapy. He thinks he's got below average injury susceptibility, but I just think for the money he's on, the fact he's 31 now, he's getting a bit over the hill, his leadership's not great. He doesn't really add an awful lot to the team. He's worth about 5 million, so we can probably sell him on. And then obviously we've got young lads coming through, and we've got the two wingers that we've signed coming through. Another player who'll probably move on is Son. Hasn't really featured. Miguel Aziz, Mark Casado won't be re-signed. Andy Varman will be going. We want to change it because at the minute we are just playing absolute pig ball, man. It's much more direct, much higher. We only look for an overlap on the left. We're not telling them to exploit the flanks now. That means that someone like Kraft will cut in. So as Lingard cuts in this way, so Lingard will be there, right? Cameron Pring will go there and cross from the byline. So that makes you 2. Cozy Dewberry runs in as well. So we've basically got 2 in the box, 2 on the edge. Gabaman sort of sits around this area, and then Kraft comes here. So we've basically got Ray, Dickey, and Roberts back. Gabaman and Kraft in the middle. Lingard, Cozy Dewberry, Lopez at Conway in and around the box with Pring attacking. So we need to try and change that up. I don't really want to play a much more direct tactic. But I actually quite like the fact that on this year's game, I've watched many saves. I've been a part of many saves. Many saves. I've played a couple of saves myself. I've looked at different things. I've looked at different forums. You look at like View from the Touchline and people's blogs on there. People play the game in different ways, and I really like that this year. It seems to be that tactics aren't all just fitting into one particular one. We don't necessarily like gegenpress. We drop deep. We invite crosses in, and we absolutely pump it as soon as we can. And that seems to work, and I'm quite happy with that. It works for the squad that we've got now. The squad we're trying to build won't play like that eventually, but we'll probably keep that tactic trained in the background. I'm going to bring up Tommy Conway again, who we speak about quite often. He's probably not going to improve much more outside of what he is. They're saying he's probably at his full potential now. He could still improve, but it's probably unlikely. He's banging them in now. He's absolutely banging them in. He's got 16 goals, 7 assists in the league now, which is just insane for someone of 21 years of age. He's still getting sniffed around by Sheffield United, who are still bottom of the Premier League. So hopefully, if they come down and we go up, or even if they come down and we stay in the division, he's not tempted to go there. He doesn't seem to be tempted at the minute. But we're getting goals from a lot of sources. Cozy Dewberry at the minute is just like an absolute machine. He scored twice and assisted against Cardiff. I mean, someone who was brought in for 525k, the bloke's worth £11.5 million now. Just a fantastic prospect. He's still got 2 stars of potential to grow into. So we've got a good core, a good group of players coming through. We've got some good players in the youth academy. We just need to sort of pick a style and sit with it. Hayden Roberts has been called up to the Nigeria squad as well. We've got a very, very good looking team knocking about. I mean, Rob Dickey's chipping in with goals. Cameron Pring is. Glenn Ray's got a goal. There's goals coming from all over the place. Andy Vyman got a couple of assists in there. Cal Naismith's got assists. Suleiman Dumbia got a goal. Jason Knight got a goal. Raekwon Nelson's got 5. Sam Bell's got 13. Between the 3 strikers that we've played, There's 39 goals between the three strikers that we play on rotation, and how many assists are you looking at there? You're looking at 23 assists and 39 goals. If to borrow a phrase from Alujo, if my Kev maths is correct, excuse me, but yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Jean-Philippe Gbamin has stayed fit all season. He's had one injury since he's been in the team. So January, he was registered. If you look, he pulled his groin when we signed him, was in the under-21s from there, and then is now a tight thigh. His recurring injury. Does people look at the screen, by the way? I feel like I'm the only one who does. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of FM videos, a lot of streaming. I don't see anyone look at this, you know. Dave Rennie feels the current training workload is unlikely to lead to an above-average number of levels. So we're treating him well. He's got a very high injury susceptibility to a side strain, but his workload doesn't do that. So although he's suffered from it before, there's no indication it's going to cause any problem in the future. I would implore everybody to look at this screen if you've got a player with high injury susceptibility, because we have, 13 full appearances. If you look at his form, I think I actually did bring him off in 1 or 2 games, to be fair. Yeah, look, we're managing him well. We're managing him really well. He comes off when he needs to. He starts full games. He plays full games. He's playing really well. We've done well to keep Gbamin fit. We really have. I would really implore people look at that. So I'm hoping by the end of these 2 games, the Leicester and the Plymouth game, we will know whether we're going to be sat in the playoffs or not. It may be too early to tell. It very well may be. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping that if we can pick up the 6 points and maybe the teams below us drop a couple, we sort of cement ourselves in there. And you know what? If you whisper it quietly, it's probably not too far off the realms of possibility that if results go against... if we beat Leicester, we're not far behind them. There's a chance, and that's why the Ipswich game was so frustrating. There's a chance that we could leapfrog a couple of these teams. We could even end up finishing second. Oh my God, Nathan Jones is back. that period where he was Southampton manager, and he was bizarre, that bloke, wasn't he? Some of the stuff he come out with. Just looking there, there's not a lot of under-18s or under-21s fixtures in the pipeline. I think the next under-18s game is the 6th of April. I'm tempted to bring somewhat like the 2 young fullbacks in. Obviously, we do have Kraft, we do have Connor Bradley, Klopp doing his normal thing and crying every 2 minutes. So Connor Bradley's probably going to get recalled at some stage, and Kraft can't really complete full 90s at the minute. So I'm tempted to bring Jones in and maybe just put him around the squad. But if I bring Jones in, I'll feel really bad if I don't put Frith in. So I'm going to call them both up just for the next couple of games. Obviously, game time for like under 18s isn't necessary, but it can't harm them unless they have absolutely terrible seasons. So Charlie Frith, let's move him to the senior squad, as well as Ronald Jones, and we'll just make sure we set them as both available for the under 18s. So Frith is there, Ronald Jones, and we'll get them both signed up. I just noticed Jones isn't on it. I know he can't yet. He's verbally agreed. Well player though, by the way. Look at that lovely face. Very, very good face pack, that, by the way. But yeah, we're going to bring them in and around the first team. We're going to give that, and you know what? We will put them in the mentoring group while they're here. If they're in and around, it makes sense. Let's get them in there. And they'll have a significant... Paul Butler's not going to have anything from it either as well, so we're going to take Paul Butler out. That's getting really frustrating, that. Where's Paul Butler? We'll just move you back down to the under 18s then. They've definitely changed something of that. I do miss the old 1-to-1 mentoring. I really do. I'm not a fan of the mentoring groups. Like back in the day, if you had like Leighton Baines or someone like that with a model sits and personality, you could literally just stick them with anyone and they'd end up turning good. Apparently there's a way of doing it with the under 18s, but you need to take full control of it, and I've just not got the patience for that. Just thinking around this time in real life, I'm on my way to Philadelphia to go to WrestleMania. So if anyone wants any sort of video content or Twitter content and that from WrestleMania, let me know. More than happy to do so. Here is what Curtis Fleming thinks we should do. I'm tempted to take Curtis Fleming off doing this because he's not the best. I was tempted to put it on to Lewis Martins, but he does a lot. He already does a lot, Lewis Martins. But I mean, 15-15, 16 tactical, 4-2-3-1. It makes sense, really, to put him on it. But we're going to ignore that. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a little look. How have we been getting on? Jesse Lingard, of course, is injured, so Sam Bell can come back in on that side. Lingard drops out. We'll put Ronald Jones in there. Son, we don't want Son in there anymore. So we will put Frith in there. Everything else is quite okay. Conor Bradley, I really like Conor Bradley, but Klopp is just constantly moaning. He's moaning because he's playing as a wing-back instead of a complete wing-back. If you look at him, though, he can play wing-back attack. So why are you crying, you fool? Anyway, so he's going to drop out. Mark Casado. We'll put Mark Casado in for Conor Bradley, and if we need a right back, Ronald Jones, my friend, you are being thrust into the limelight, but he's got very good determination, so I feel like he can cope with it. Look at his reports. Not very consistent, can only play one. He gets there. He's getting there. He's brave. He'll get stuck in. He's resolute. He'll be fine, I think. This dog is fucking filthy, you know. He's been rolling around in the garden. He's been absolutely lashing down. He is filthy. Is anyone at this, by the way? I'm not arse, Brandon. I'm pleased to be in advanced talk with Worthing. I'm not arse, mate. You shit. Go. Be gone, son. Tell you what, Conor Bradley's injured anyway, so Ronald, my friend, young Ron, is getting thrust into the limelight, it seems, at Ashton Gate against Leicester City. Kraft cannot really complete a full 90. We do play quite a high-intensity tactic when it comes to our wing-backs getting forward, so he will feature at some point. What else are we chatting? What else have we got? Ongoing focus. There's a lot of good players in there. Look at that. Look at this. I'm liking it. So we'll have a little look. That's from Tenino Cruz, really, who's come back with 23 recommendations. Come back with some good players, you know. Some good young players as well, by the way. 21! And how many would be interested? 15 of them would be interested in coming in. Let's just have a little look at someone like Gustavo Martins. Danny Ward's good. Tanguy Koulibaly at West Brom. Some good players who would actually be interested in coming in and maybe not too expensive. But anyway, that's for me to look at, not for you guys to look at. You'll see we've got a lot of focuses going on. Basically, when Tenino Cruz completes that one, what he'll do then, if you then go back to him, he will basically start again. Look, there's 18 on there now, and there's a load of different players. So go back on that one uncompleted. Cohen Casteels is the number one. You go back onto his active, you click on Tenino. Number one, he's not on there. So that is then the Iron Owl FM way of scouting that I've told people to look at. Basically, when they complete one report, that's Huro Vidal. When they complete one report and he completes all those reports within that, they will just go into your scouter players and he'll come back and try and find some more players. Someone like this, Pedro Villena, Machiana, Kennedy, of course, Ellery Balcom, players like that. He will basically go and find players that haven't shown up in other reports and they will show up in here. So it's a good way of doing it, you know. It's a very good way of doing it. Let's just prove another one. These under 21s, these were completed 25th of March. The top of there was Noel Buck. If I go to under 21s, Noel Buck is still on there. Maybe he's not fully scouted in then. Oh no, they have extensive knowledge. They haven't completed it yet. So it works to an extent. His version of doing it is purely looking at like 15, then one for 16 euros, one for 17 euros, one for 18, whatever. Mine's more broad, so maybe it's showing up a few more. I might have to tweak it a little bit, but it does work. It does work to an extent. And also, if it's getting a bit stale, you can just change the scout, and then the stat scout will find someone completely different to what, say, like Tenino Cruz would do. But we've waffled far too long. So we're going to go into the game against Leicester now. Casado can play. Nobody else can other than Sam Bell because they're all sort of too short of fitness. Sam Bell can play a 75-minute match, so we may end up changing the 4-2-3-1 if need be. They're telling us to do a lower line of engagement. I don't mind keeping that off for now. We can change it if need be. Their team, Pablo Fornals is in the Championship as well. Their team is absolutely ridiculous. They're saying Casado can play. I'm tempted to keep Ray in there because it's quite a big game. He does like big matches, if I remember correctly. He's consistent. He handles himself well. What about Casado? Mark Casado reports. He's consistent. Okay. We might bring him in. We'll put him on the bench, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely on the bench already. That's fine. This is what we're going to line up. Obviously, Kraft may not play a full 90. You can see now Ronald Jones is fully fit. Charlie Frith is not, so we will drop him out. I think that's unfair to ask him to even appear on the bench there. Who was the really good one already? Kyle Yates was decent, wasn't he? I don't think I've called him up yet. No, I haven't, have I? No, so what we'll do then, we'll drop Frith out and we will just put Andy Vyman in there, just so there's a fit body on the bench. So at Ashton Gate then, we're playing our typical 4-2-4, absolutely pumping it to the big men, absolute pig ball coming from the lads. And look at that team. Ricardo Pereira, Connor Cody, Connor Doyle, James Justin, Winks, Fernald. Jesus Christ. I mean, Everton did a number on them, really, getting them relegated, didn't we? But they should not be a Championship team. That team should absolutely walk the Championship. But we are underway at Ashton Gate. A bit of lag for some reason, but you can already see there is space in behind the Leicester back line, which we may be able to exploit if the through balls are on point. Deep free kick for Leicester to start things off. Here's James Justin, who looks to be playing that inverted wing-back role. Fataru to Fornals, switching it back across. We win the header. Roberts clears. Cozy Dubry in a battle with Fataru. Justin slipping it through to Iheanacho. Good player, Iheanacho. Finds Dewsbury Hall. It's 1-0 Leicester. I mean, there's not really a lot we could have done there. It's a good through ball in the first place. Us playing a deep line wouldn't prevent this. An interception there would, but again, it's a good strike. There's not really a lot we can do. As Leicester come forward again, minutes after the goal, and Kraft is flying in there. Here's Winks. He chips it into Iheanacho, and it's straight to Timo Horn. They're sticking with the highlight, though, so maybe something's going to come of it. They're playing very wide. They forced Horn to kick it long. Not a fan, to be honest, but here's Tommy Conway. Rob Dickey. Gbamin. Wide to Cozy Dubry, and now Conway will make his move as Cozy Dubry slips it in. Tommy Conway with the strike! Plays it wide. And we have dropped out of the playoff places. Leeds are winning their game now. Manson. We might have to, know what we will. Let's prevent the goalkeeper short distribution. I don't know if you've seen it there. If you look in the background, this is what happens out of possession. So you've got Pring there, you've got Kraft there. The two centre-backs are a bit deeper. Then you've got Ray and Gbamin. You've got Cozy Dubry, Tommy Conway, Sam Bell, and Noel Lopez. It basically defends as a 4-2-3-1, but attacks as a 4-4-2. It works quite well. So I don't think I want to train this tactic out of them, but it's not necessarily the style of football I want to play. But if it works, it works. We're going to keep trying as we go through. But Fataru back to Tommy Doyle. They're playing some nice football, Leicester. Good tackle, Gbamin. Oh, come on, get your foot in. Dewsbury Hall, Fataru. They've opened us up, and Timo Horn has to make the save. I think we may need to put the low block on as Eunice takes his corner. It's easily headed away. Drops down to Ricardo Pereira, who bends on. Head of the way again. No, Lopez doesn't win his header. Cameron Pring does. We are pigs. We are winning headers as much as we can. Out of possession. I'm going to put the low block on. And I am going to drop the line back. And we'll just see how that gets on. Because they're getting in a bit too easily. Right, Winks. It's intercepted by Bell. Into Tommy Conway. No. Poor pass as Justin plays it long. We win it back. Here's no Lopez out wide to Cameron Pring. There's a ball through. He's going to go wide with it. He's got away with that, really, Cameron Pring. As he's round Pereira, he swings it in. Tommy Conway's not... These lofted crosses, man. Low crosses is the way to go, I think. Because those lofted ones, what's he meant to do with it? You can't do anything with it. There's some tired legs out there already as well. Hosea Dewberry with a deep free kick. Given away. That is rancid from Cozy Dewberry. As Fatawi looks to get through past Emil Kraft. He's still going. We forced them backwards to Doyle. He's found Dewsbury Hall. There's a lot of red shirts in that box. And Fernal still gets his shot away. Timo Horn with a big save. Are they Pervert cornering us? They are. Nonsense, Leicester City. Good tackle, Tommy. Go on, lads. Go on, you're quicker than all of them. Keep going. Really? The fucking highlight's still going. Jesus Christ. Right, Cameron Pring now with a throw-in. Sam Baird. Got to be careful. Finds Hayden Roberts. You can see we do play through the centre and players do underlap, which is why we told them to stop exploiting the wings, but we have changed it up to wide. And this is why, because we can win the ball back and turn it over in the midfield like that. What a tackle. Here's Tommy Conway. Go first touch. And Tommy Conway. Keep your flag down, dickhead. Yes. Tommy Conway. 1-1. Just as I'm talking about why we changed it up, this is why we can win the ball back high up the pitch. Big tackle, Gabaman. No Lopez slipping it through. And Tommy Conway. That is a tremendous finish. 1-1. Leicester come forward with another throw-in. Short to Eunice, who's cut inside. Oh my God. They're impossible to defend throw-ins on this game. And Maresca is kicking off. And a point puts us back in. It must be on goal difference. No, Lopez is knackered. We'll keep an eye on that. I think Cozy Dewberry's probably got to come off as well. But a point puts us back in. It's got to be goal difference, hasn't it? It's got to be. Watford still aren't doing us a favour despite getting one back against Leeds there. Having the second top goal scorer in the league, not even getting a shot on target, probably. No, an FM. But James Justin to Fatawu. Back to Justin. Slips it in. Good tackle. Falls to Fatawu. Timo Horn keeps us in so many games. So many games. I think he's a Premier League level goalkeeper, Tommy? Timo Horn. Of Pablo Fernals with the corner. Looking for Iheanacho. And again, Timo Horn tips it wide. Sticking with it. They're changing it up again, Leicester. This is the third different corner. They've perverted us again. Eunice plays it in. Tommy Conway's there. I don't mind him smashing it away this time. He decides to play it to Timo Horn this time. Very, very, very strange decision from Tommy Conway, but it is what it is. So as we go into half-time, a 1-1 draw as it stands. Keep working hard. We do need to make changes. There's some really tired players out there. One of them being Cozy Dewberry, so he comes straight off. Noel Lopez is absolutely cream crackered, so we will go to the 4-2-3-1. And this is why we don't tell them to exploit the flanks, because all we need to do then is just change this, drop this back. You can have Vyman come in, you can have Jason Knight come in. We're going to put Vyman in as the shadow striker. And then they will still play through the middle. Emil Kraft's going to come off. We're going to trust Ronald. Ronald Jones is going to make his debut. Young lad from the academy. Interesting to see how he gets on. I think he's got a lot of potential. To the point where, my friend, he gets pride of place. He is one of the Ashton Gate 8. This will change so much throughout the course of the save. But I think a young lad from the academy, it's exactly what we're talking about. He is now immortalised on the wall of fame as he comes on in a very big game against Leicester City. You imagine if he popped up with a goal or an assist here. That would be lovely. We do have a corner, which Vyman will take. Going to swing it into the near post for Rob Dickie. Oh, big header, Rob Dickie. Got a deep free kick now. Vyman, short to Sam Bell, went for goal. Not his best decision, to be completely honest with you. Pring to Bell. We're coming up to 55 minutes gone, and Sam Bell is running riot here. He's got a cross blocked by Ricardo Pereira. Cuts back inside. Sam Bell can hit them. Oh, mate. So it's saying the stats are dictating they're in control, but I'd argue they're not. Their XG 1.12. They're getting shots on target, but they may as well be blowing kisses to Timo Horn at the moment. We've got another corner. I've already put that on, so go away. Cameron Pring can deliver. It's headed away. Here's Raekwon Nelson. He does like a banger from distance, and he's hit one. It's tipped wide. It went across the face of goal. It on another day could have snuck in far post. We've got another corner. We've changed the tactic up slightly from the looks of it. Pring is over the ball and swings it across to Gabaman, who can't get up. He's got the ball, though. There's a man on the edge in Raekwon Nelson. One touch and puts it straight over the bar. Cameron Pring. We are pushing, it seems, as Ray's found Tommy Conway. Heads across Raekwon Nelson. No, you dick. Oh, fuck me. I thought that was it. I thought he'd done it. There's a lot of tired legs. Again, particularly in the forward line, we do ask an awful lot of our forward and wide players. Cameron Pring can come on, can push forward as the winger on support here, which will allow Doumbia to drop in at left back. Tommy Conway is shattered. So I'm thinking we put Vyman up front and we bring Jason Knight on as the shadow striker. So it's a bit of an unconventional lineup and a bit of an unconventional formation for Bristol City. Not something we particularly use all that often, but we're going for it. And immediately after, Leicester have a highlight again from one of these throw-ins. Justin to Dewsbury Hall. It's one back. It's going to fall. It's Ricardo Pereira on the edge. One touch on his right foot. Hits the post. And Doumbia clears. They've now brought on Ndidi, another Premier League calibre player. Tommy Doyle to James Justin. Hooks it in. Headed away by Rob Dickie. Vyman knocks it down. Pring switches it across. And he just couldn't find Raekwon Nelson. Slipped through Rob Dickie with a foot in. Pablo Fennells blocked by the youngster Ronald Jones and out for the Leicester corner. It is all action at Ashton Gate. As Fennells is going to swing one in again. It's headed away. Jones is the only man pressing Connor Cody, and that's the end of their highlight. Another deep free kick. Justin to Ndidi. Intercepted by Pring. There's Jason Knight. Andy Vyman. There's a through ball for Nelson. He looked off, but Raekwon Nelson will drive, and he's going to pull it back to Gabaman. Oh! Side netting. That stat that they were in control is nonsense, you know. Shots on target doesn't necessarily dictate control of a game. They've had a lot of possession, but we've got the better. They've just about had the better chances, to be honest with you. I don't think they're in control at all. I say that, there goes score now. Connor Cody to Nachi Wells. Slipping it through Ronald Jones. Good defending, son. Raekwon Nelson. Long through ball. Jason Knight's got a chase on. He's not got the legs that Tommy Doyle's got. Is it Tommy Doyle? I don't think it's Tommy Doyle. Intercepted by Gabaman. Knight across. Cameron Pring. In the air! Cameron Pring! 86th minute. The left back with a big knee slide. Jason Knight's a pig. He didn't give it up. He chased the initial ball. Couldn't get there. We forced the mistake. Won by Gabaman. Knocked across first time. And Cameron Pring with a striker's finish. It's 2-1 Bristol. Lads, I've got 5 minutes left of my lunch break here, and I don't want to stop. There is 10 seconds remaining. Winks to Doyle. We're not this low block is working in it. Connor Cody across. Come on. Yes! Come on! A fantastic victory for Bristol City. Cameron Pring. I mean, you look at half-time here. They were all over us. And then we just picked up and picked up and picked up. This tactic is great. They want us to become now. And nice work. I'm just going to say nice work and nothing more. Young Ronald is on the bench somewhere. 6.9. Mate, I know young play. That sounds rough. I know a good player when I see one, and he's going to be a good player. Right, we said in an ideal world, a win here and results going our way would mean us higher up and not too far away from second. It puts us in fifth, ahead of Middlesbrough, who was second at one point, and 1 point behind Leicester, and 2 points behind Ipswich. I really think we're pushing. I really think we've got a chance to do this. What a boy, by the way. Ronald Jones, 16 years of age, comes in, says, do you know what as well? Fatawu was skinning Kraft. He actually was. You seen it? He had the better of Kraft all game. And this young lad, this young English lad from Bristol has come in, can't necessarily play wing-back support as like his natural. He'd rather be a full-back on defend. And he's just done him over, hasn't he? Young Ronald. Send the assistant to that. Cameron Pring with the goal. Come here. He was superb in front of goal. End the chat. QPR have been relegated. Look how bad they performed. 15 points. Surely some sort of record points low in the Championship. They have got some good players though. Chris Willock is a good player. Good players on loan in Van Duyven and Ahmad Diallo. Obviously Joe Hodge we looked at. Kenneth Powell, another decent player at the back. Ilias Chair. They've got some good players, you know. We might have to have a little scout to see how we get on. They've got some good players, man. That's a shocking result from them. Big shout out to Timo Horn, by the way. Can we look at his analytics? I'm interested to know how he gets on. Can't report. Coach report? Oh, there you go. So his defensive goalkeepers, he's the most clean sheets. Conceded 0.43 fewer than the Championship average. Why's that gone off? His pass completion's better than most. Doesn't complete. Oh no, he does complete a lot more passes. Save percentage of 80.3, which is 9.98 more than the Championship average. Quality shot stopping, he's up there. So it saves the most shots and saves with quality, essentially. He's a good player, you know. I'm actually quite surprised we got him. Really, no worries. He was straight in. He's on an ESC. He's on 10 grand a week. We've got years of Timo Horn. He's got 30 in natural fitness. He can probably play till he's about 35, 36. If we can get a 36-year-old Timo Horn as a Premier League player, I think I'm more than happy with that. More than happy with that indeed. And we're getting there. We're slowly building this team. The wheels are going. There's grease on the wheels. We've got players who can play in multiple positions. We've got young players coming through. We haven't even finished the first season, and we are playing pig ball. I am a footballing terrorist, as our friend over in Spain told us during the Vallecano save. And you know what? I don't care. I will be a footballing terrorist for as long as I live. So, but the rules of the save being that we can't sign anyone who's not scouted. We did say that we will take agent offers into consideration, and here is one of them. Naomichi Ueda, who has been released by Kashima at the end of their season. We will offer him a trial because he looks like a very, very good player. We'll let our scouts decide how good he is. We've got Cedric Suarez there as well, a good player. And Mitchell James Langerek, who I think used to play for Dortmund. He did. I knew I remembered the name. He's been playing for Nagoya over in Japan as well, but we won't bother with him. Anyone else who pops up on here, I always filter it through. It's players that... Who's Jason Flores? It's players that are recommended to us or are scouted, and then obviously you've got the actual scouting there. So we just clear them all and move on with that. Match preparation against Plymouth then. Transition phase, attacking corners, defending corners. I'm happy with that. That seems to be the balance that works the best. But we've got the game against Plymouth. The last time we did it, we got a crash dump, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. So I'm just going to save before. You might have noticed actually at the end of each game, a save thing pops up, and that is why, because crash dumps happen so regularly on FM. I've got the save set up that, oh my God, every single time a a game finishes, it saves automatically afterwards. So if we do get a crash dump, we're never too far behind. They really like the look of Naimichi Ueda, our scouts. They really do. What's the scout report? He's a useful backup. He's fluent in the language. He's a current international, and he's a player who gives his all. Resolute personality. 13 grand. Do you know what? I think if you look at him and we look at the players coming in to the club in the summer, so this is the centre-back we signed in Kasim Adams. If we compare him with Ueda, I mean, that's a very good centre-back pairing, really. You've got, they can play, they're quick, they're strong, they're good defenders, they're good mentally. If we compare... Again, Ueda would technically be the top one, wouldn't he? If we compare him with Rob Dickey, I would say he's been our best centre-back this season. Again, much of a muchness. Compare Ueda with Hayden Roberts. This is why I check it. I think that's very realistic. Agents, it does happen. Agents contact clubs all the time. That's how it works. Hayden Roberts. Again, do you know what? We're going for him. We've got enough in the budget for Ueda to come in. So let's go for 15 grand. We won't give him that. We will give him a clean sheet bonus. We'll get rid of that. And I'm happy with a $7.5 million fee release clause. Negotiate that down. His agent fee is not that high. Come on. 3 years. Japanese international. Naomichi Ueda. Sorry about that. That was just Naochimi Ueda's agent on the line there. Who's his agent? What's his agent's name? I know his agent's name. What's his agent's name? That was Thibaut Gasque on the phone. Just saying, nice one. What am I chatting? So the next gen list has cropped up. In regular saves, you would literally be scouting all of these players, wouldn't you? Just an interesting thing. Obviously, Evan Ferguson's the winner. Yankuba Minter, I've not seen him crop up on one before. Looks very good. Your normal ones are Emery, Garnacho, Naipan, Endrick, Gavi. I've not really seen a few of these before. Barco's at Madrid, Babadi, Lamal, Rumibaji. Yeah, Lewis Hall's on there. I like Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall, went to the school that my girlfriend's mum works in, and he is from Slough and lived in Slough. He actually went to one of the schools up in Ascot. I'm not going to say what it is. But yeah, interesting fact. I'm full of interesting little tidbits. I always like looking at these next-gen things, but sadly we cannot scout anyone. Demeanor actually was one we did scout. You can see we've got a scout report on him. He popped up in the under-21s, but he went to West Ham. We did have a deal agreed for $2 million, but he chose West Ham. Of course he did. So our scouting's working. Interestingly, a Crystal Palace player's in there. Player. Staff contract set to expire. Andy King, we will let go. Although he's a fantastic mental coach. Do you know what? Is he? He's an under-21 coach. Is he happy with it? Nah. Andy King, you're going, son. Lil Ficilo, we'll let go. He's not very good. Danny Conway, not very good. Is he related to Tommy Conway in any way, shape, or form? No? Interesting. Alan Gemmell, we'll let go. And Lewis Binns, we will also let go. Handsome man, Lewis Binns. We will also let go. Andy Vyman, shock of the century, is injured again, and that is why he is going. But we will now stop waffling once again. We will play the game against Plymouth. You will get your lovely 1 hour video, as I try to do. I'm trying to do 4 p.m. uploads daily, maybe not weekends. I may do. Obviously, I'm normally a couple of episodes ahead from what you guys are seeing. So I'm happy doing the 4 p.m. As I say, I'm in a very fortunate position where I can sort of do this as and when I need to, and then just go back to work when needed. So 4 p.m. daily uploads, it's looking like at the moment. Support's been fantastic. Thank you so much. It's made this save really fun and really interesting. The content creation, I'm enjoying. I've stopped the editing. Just maybe because I don't necessarily have the time for the editing, but we can always bring that back. It was essentially just me throwing an intro and outro and a backing track over the back of it, but not a lot of Football Manager uploaders do that. Again, an intro maybe. Is it necessary? Probably not. Mentor month in review. Jordan Lapham, our centre-back, has got runs with the ball often. That is quite strange. But already a change, so I can't moan. Cozy Dewberry, player of the month, young player of the month, alongside Jonathan Rowe and Jeremy Sarmiento, both fantastic players in their own right. 5 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. I think some Premier League teams will be sniffing around him in the summer, so we'll probably have a bit of a task keeping Amario on our books. So for the Plymouth game then, again, people who are not really fit, Casado, Son, Connor, Bradley, Naki Wells and Andy Vyman. Ball performance, they're very happy. They are happy with the Route 1 style. Come on! They're particularly pleased with the quality of pressing on display. I would agree. They're pleased with the progress made towards the club's vision. For those who didn't see it all the way back in the first episode, their vision is to sign players to sell for profit and work within the wage budget. If we sold someone for profit, say Cozy Dewberry, that would be on course. They'd be very happy with that. And no, I don't really want to. The supporter culture, they could not be happier with the vision for the club. So they want, again, it differs slightly. They want us to get better of Bristol Rovers if we play them, get the better of Swindon if we do, maintain a higher reputation than Cardiff we are doing, remain in the Championship, done, and they're happy with the actionable objectives too. So we're doing well. We're doing very well. The supporters are happy. They're not necessarily happy with the squad. It's only a C, but they're happy with the form. They're also happy with, again, the 4-2-4 and happy with the present. So we're doing well. We are doing well by the board and the fans. And it's all for the fans, for the club, for the people, for the fans. Don't fix what isn't broken, I say. I think we stick with what we've got. We stick with the starting 11. Is there a potential to bring Charlie Frith in? There is, which means we will drop Chavez for this. No, we will drop Doumbia for this, and we will bring Chavez back in. Everyone else stays the same. Andy Vyman is probably fitter than Naki Wells. You'll see the players are starting to tire a bit, but we will stick with what we know. We'll go with this. Charlie Frith is getting his squad number. What's he going to get? Give him the number 9? He can get 49. 49. So here's your lineups then. Nice Plymouth lineup there, a 4-3-3 as they do. Ryan Hardy, Ballymumba, Morgan Whittaker, Luke Cundle, some good players knocking about there. Obviously, you've seen our lineup. An interesting game. They're a good team. Stephen Schumacher, a good manager. They've got some good players knocking about. We have got to be at our best to beat them. We just need to be resolute as we were against Leicester. What a result that was. And a result that, if we win, could see us as high as 3rd, I believe, looking at that. So, thought we lost it then. Here's Cozy at Dewberry, who does lose it to Ballymumba. Not the best start, but Emil Kraft getting back in there. And back to our number 1 goalkeeper, Timo Horn. Here's Rob Dickey. A lot can be said for Timo Horn playing as an actual goalkeeper, but having very high percentage of passing stats. Attributes, whatever you want to say, stats. Cozy at Dewberry. Can you get your cross in? He's pulled it back to Gabaman. Gabaman doesn't score often. Into the side net. But a lot can be said. We're not asking him to do anything he can't do. We're not asking him to play long balls. We're not asking him to start counter-attacks or anything like that. He makes his saves and he plays his short to the fullback and it helps us build. Oh my God, Morgan Whittaker flies in. We're just asking him to do what he's good at doing, and it works. There's a lot to be said for it. There's a lot to be said for that's how you should build your squads on Football Manager. That's how we ended up on the 4-2-4 Route 1 style, because we don't have the centre midfielders to play ball. So why would we try and play ball? That's why Lewis Bate ended up going, because he was good, but he wasn't good ball for Hardy. And Ryan Hardy's in, good save. But we didn't have the players available to knock the ball around and to play this possession football, so we just need to get it into the mixer, and it works. Right, first corner, we love a corner. No Lopez will take. Swing it in to the far post. It's headed away by Scar. Picks it back up. No Lopez cuts inside. It's going to hit one. Blocked away. Rob Dickey needs to chase down Ryan Hardy, who's away for Plymouth. Ryan Hardy, good running from him. Closed down well, and it's a foul by Hayden Roberts. It's a bit silly. It's a bit cynical, really, isn't it, Hayden? As Plymouth now with their own corner. A couple of men on the edge that aren't picked up. Whittaker whips it in. Gabaman heads on. And one of them's Anderson Carvalho. Plays it back out wide. Whittaker straight into the hands of Timo Horn. Highlights not ended as Horn rolls out to Pring. Okay. Pring skips past Whittaker. Cameron Pring, good run. Oh, he's lost out to Gore. And it's back into the feet of Cooper. It's a long highlight, this. Here's Cooper. He's gone short to Edwards. Back to Whittaker. Closed down by Sam Bell. Scar. Infield to Gore. Gore slips it through. Hardy. This is lovely by Plymouth. Ballymumba back to Ryan Hardy. And that would have been the goal of the season. Yeah, Gabaman's going to mark Hardy off set pieces. There's a lot of tired legs. Conway's knackered. It's something that we know will happen, playing the way we play. But it does always put us on a bit of a back foot when it comes to matches like this. And Timo Horn again with a fantastic save. Ambulance there. Couple of bins. Nice little pavilion. Ball whipped in, headed away by Tommy Conway, and Gabaman wins it back. And can he hold it up long enough to get men in support? He can. Gabaman down the left flank. Gabaman lost out to Gore, and Cozy at Dewberry has pulled up. He's pulled his groin. He needs to come off then. Cozy at Dewberry pulling his groin in the 25th minute was not on my to-do list was not on my ideal scenario list, I should say. But ideally, we do have Raekwon Nelson on the bench to come on. There's a real opportunity for us here to get into third, you know? There's results going our way. We've not had the best day in front of goal, so what we're going to do some low crosses and see how that works. But we've only really had the 2 shots, and neither have been on target. I'm putting it down to the fitness levels. And Plymouth are playing very well. Here's Anderson Carvalho back to Belusian Scar. Forward to Kundle. Here's Kessler Hayden. Kundle. Whittaker to Edwards. Edwards back through to Morgan Whittaker. Good. No! Oh, and Norwich have beaten Leicester. Oh, come on, Timo. We need a big save here. Hardy. Save for Timo Horn! Wake up. Wake up, lads. That is the warning shot. That was Plymouth's warning shot. Morgan Whittaker's corner. Whipped in and headed away by Noel Lopez. I think we need to go back to what we did against Leicester. We need to play like the away side here because they're getting through too easily. Noel Lopez is tired now. We'll probably go back to the 4-2-3-1, but Tommy Conway, his legs are going. There's a lot of tired boys out there. Middlesbrough pumping Sheffield Wednesday, who are not far from relegation themselves, you know. Right, half-time then. It's 0-0. Timo Horn has saved a penalty. We are getting slapped. Disappointed. Yeah, that'll do. So we're going to change it up. We will put Noel Lopez in. We'll drop Noel Lopez, I should say. Tommy Conway's there. Noel Lopez will come out for Vyman. Why did that do that? No. Conway's going to have to come off as well. Naithorn as the shadow striker in that role. He does like playing shadow striker. Bell's quite tired, but maybe not as such. Cameron Pring is knackered, so Charlie Frith will have to come in. Ronald Jones is looking anxious, which is a nightmare. Ray is very tired and not performing well, so we will bring Mark Casado in, and we will keep it as that for now. It leaves us a 1 sub. We do only have Zach Viner, Ronald Jones, Chavez, and Naismith, so it's very defensive changes. So hopefully this 11 can sort of see out the rest of the game. I forgot to add Charlie Frith to the 8. I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So there's 7 of them now. We're close to the 8. We are close to an Ashton Gate 8, and actually making first team appearances as well. So it's quite nice. So far, the change in tactic has kept Plymouth at arm's length. Is this our throw-in? It's just a random highlight. We have got a corner, though. First one of the game that has been shown, and Kraft will take it. He's normally in there. He's quite tall, Emil Kraft. as he whips a corner in. And Frith is in there. It's headed away. Sam Bell cleared again. Vyman, there's a ball. Why did he get there? Old man. He's found Raekwon Nelson. Ball to the back post, maybe. It's Sam Bell. It's cleared away. It's Charlie Frith, who plays it back to Gabaman. And Gabaman from distance! Just wide. So I completely miscalculated the amount of subs we had made, and this team has to see out the second half. Emil Kraft is the set-piece expert tonight, it seems. Emil Kraft, 30 yards out, maybe 35. He's gone for goal, and he saved it. Charlie Frith with the goal. Oh my God. The right back, Emil Kraft, hits the post from 35 yards out, and it falls for the left back in Charlie Frith, who has come in. Oh my God. Charlie Frith, on debut, arguably has now had a better debut than Ronald Jones had in the last game. Oh my word. Carvalho for Plymouth. Velocian, Raekwon Nelson needs to win it and he can't. Kessler Hayden. Building up slowly, Plymouth. Still Hayden. Finds Kundle out to Whittaker. Plesguelesler, whatever his name is. Kundle, can he get a ball across? Oh, Timo Horn. Big save. Morgan Whittaker. Whips it in. Headed away by Roberts, headed away by Nelson. Good defending. We are very good at defending set pieces, touch wood, touch everything. Go intercepted by Kraft, and Nelson takes it away. They've taken Kundal off now and put Bundu on, and Bundu is a very, very good player, very competent player. I'm worried. Whittaker, ball down the line for Kundal. Oh, it's in. It's Mustafa Bundu. Oh my God, it's disallowed. Oh, okay. Let's frequently time waste, and we're going to change Frith to a wing back on support. And we're going to stop the overlap. Oh God, they've got another set piece. We're going to stop the overlap. Whittaker, intercepted by Bell. Now Vyman. Oh my God, did we score on the counter here? No, we don't, because the old man has lost it. But he's battling away. He will battle away. Geriatric Andy Vyman. Carvalho slips it through, and Kraft is there. Now Jason Knight. There is a ball through. There's two. There's two passes. He's gone to Casado. Casado can slip it through. Raekwon Nelson, maybe to Vyman. Oh, Andy Vyman should be hitting the target at the very least. And we do have a corner. There's still so many bodies in there. We're third in the league if we hold on. Kraft with the corner. Whips it in. Header away by Lewis Gibson. Back to Kraft. Brings it down. Chips it over. It's Hayden Roberts! And Bristol City are third in the league. Oh my God. I said at the end of this episode, we would know if we're in the playoffs or if we're in the championship. I think we could potentially get automatic promotion if this carries on. What a... Emil Kraft is the set-piece expert I never knew I needed. Never, ever knew. Whittaker. Carvalho. And Bundu's in again. Mustafa Bundu scores. And is he offside again? He's offside again. Oh my God. It was Hardy who was offside. So Norwich are on 81 points. We are on 74. Maybe automatic promotion is off the cards unless Norwich have a catastrophic failure. But we do have to play Norwich a bit later on in the season. And that might be the point we come back. If this carries on and if we hold out, it's another Plymouth corner. Go with the delivery. Header in. Mustafa Bundu has scored again. And that would have made it his hat-trick. Oh. The lads have given everything, man. They've given everything. Hold on. Please hold on. Kraft's over another set piece. He's whipped it in towards Hayden Roberts. And Mike Cooper claims it. He's going to launch it. We got to get underneath that. And we do with Kraft. He's got the ball down the line to Raekwon Nelson, who shouldn't do anything silly. He does, you know. He really does. But he looks like he's won us a corner. He has. So we can waste a bit of time in the build-up to this. Emil Kraft's going to take it again. Kraft taking his time. I like it, son. Old head, experienced head from the Swede. Whips it across. Cooper claims again. He'll probably pump it. He doesn't. End of highlight. But, oh God, it's all showing. Frith gives it away. Bundu, good block by Roberts. And Nelson can keep it in. Don't you put that... Silly boy, I thought I was going to run that out for a corner then. We're sticking with it. Kraft now in this corner, short to Vyman, back to Kraft. He's onside. Raekwon Nelson holds it up well. Emil Kraft, ball across. Andy Vyman, will he shoot? He'll find Casado. He'll find Frith. Back to Casado. Keep passing it, lads. Oh, Casado's hit the bar. And Kraft now on the right-hand side. What's he going to do? Cuts it back to Gabaman. Gabaman, don't shoot. Casado gives it away. This is chaos. Kraft. Good, Emil Kraft. Dickey. No, he's gone to Gabaman, into Kraft. Nice build-up play. Nelson, back to Kraft. Oh, he's given away. Goal forward, intercepted by Roberts. Sam Bell. Through ball to Raekwon Nelson. Nelson, poor touch. It's a goal kick for Plymouth. Oh, my God. Oh, God, there's another highlight straight after. Cooper's goal kick, headed on by Nelson. Knight. Vyman, there's a through ball, he's lost it, and Casado steps up, and he gets back, and he's lost it. Oh my God. Ball over the top of Morgan Whittaker. There's a man in the middle. Frith with a big tackle and gets it away. Lumpy. Yeah! He's a pig. He lumped it. And Cooper's there. It's gone out for the goal kick. That's got to be the game. And it's over the home park. Bristol City 2, Plymouth Argyle 1. We get the better. The 2 games against Plymouth this season have been chaos, man. Wow. Cozy Dewberry looks like we got him off in time. Is only out for 5 to 6 days. I mean, he probably can't start against Sunderland. Charlie Frith scoring on his debut. The youngster coming in for arguably our player of the season, and comes on off the bench and scores a goal, which leads us through to a win. Fantastic result. And again, he gets his pride of place. He gets his pride of place in there, doesn't he, Charlie Frith? Fantastic stuff. Yeah, a very, very... Oh, God, I'm shattered. An exhausting episode. Leeds ended up pulling back a win. It keeps us at the top of this chase and pack. I would say even Birmingham have an opportunity to get back in there. But from 7th to 3rd, this is what the Championship's all about. We've somehow clawed our way through. We've got a lot of fixtures still to go. God, look at this. We've got a lot to go. We do have to play Norwich, but we've got Sunderland, who are down on 18th. Blackburn 11th, Huddersfield 17th, and then we've got Norwich, Rotherham and Stoke. We will more than likely know our fate before this Norwich game. I will be back for the Norwich game unless we absolutely tear through and get to the playoffs, in which case we will just do the playoffs. But thank you so much. All the support has been amazing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up with the Ashton Gate 8. My name has been Matt, and we will see... My name has been Matt. My name is Matt. And we'll see you all next time. Thank you. Take care.